Hi students, myself Mufida Khatun. I am going to teach you the lesson 4, that is Animal Kingdom, and today's topic is classification of Animal Kingdom. Before knowing the classification of Animal Kingdom, we have to know about why classification of animal is very important. Okay, so classification of animal is very important because of identification and to name the all organisms or animal present in our earth. Okay, so now come to the phylum of Animal Kingdom. Okay, so what do you mean by phylum? Okay, I think you have learned in lesson 1 it is. So then also I am telling you, phylum is it includes all organisms belonging to different classes having few common characters. Okay, botanists use the term division for phylum. So phylum of animal, there are 11 phylum of animal present in our earth. So first phylum is phylum Porifera. Okay, now we have to know about characteristics of phylum Porifera. What are the characteristics of phylum Porifera? Phylum Porifera, their body will consist of outer pinacoderm. Okay, pinacoderm means dermal epithelium, and inner schwannoderm, it means gastral epithelium, and that is made of choanocytes or collar cells. Okay, which is characteristic of porifers. And a gelatinous non-cellular mesenchyme in between cells are loosely arranged and do not form definite layers, hence not regarded truly diploblastic. Okay, and their sexes are not separate, they are hermaphrodite. Okay, sponges reproduce asexually by budding or by gametes, and sexually by formation of gametes. Fertilization is internal and development is indirect, having a larval stages which is morphologically distinct from the adult. Okay, so now see here some example of sponges, porifera. You have seen, I think. See, this one, Leucosolenia, is an example of porifera. Spongia. Okay, here it is Euplectella. Okay, Scypha, also known as Cycon. These are the example of porifera, phylum Porifera. Next, phylum Coelenterata. So now what are the characteristics of phylum Coelenterates? The characteristics of phylum Coelenterates are they have tissue level of organization and they are also diploblastic. Their body and tentacles have peculiar stinging cells called as cnidoblastocysts. Okay, also you can say that nematoblast. A nematoblast has nematocyst stinging organs. These are used for adhesion, food capture, offense, and also defense. Okay, and colonial forms show two main types of individuals or zooids, polyp and medusa, and the cnidarians, which exist in both the forms, exhibit metagenesis, that is polyps, and attached form produce medusa free swimming form asexually, and medusa form the polyps sexually. Example, Obelia. And now see here some example of Coelenterates. See, these are the example of Coelenterates. This one Metodrium, this one Obelia, jellyfish, Hydra. All these are the example of Coelenterates. Now come to the phylum Ctenophora. Ctenophora, third number phylum. So what are the characteristics of phylum Ctenophora? Ctenophora, they are biradially symmetrical. Okay, again they are also diploblastic. Okay, diploblastic animals with tissue level of organization. They are commonly known as sea walnuts or comb jellies. Okay, the body bears 8 external row of ciliated comb plates which help in their locomotion, and they reproduce only sexually, monoecious. Okay, power of regeneration is well marked in them, and bioluminescence also well marked in their body. Okay, now see here some example of phylum Ctenophora. Okay, and this is the picture of Ctenoplana, which is belong from the phylum Ctenophora, and this one also Pleurobrachia is an example of Ctenophora. Now come to the phylum Platyhelminthes. Okay, Platyhelminthes. What are the characteristics of Platyhelminthes? Platyhelminthes, they are diploblastic animals, also bilaterally symmetrical. Their body is bilaterally symmetrical. They are coelomate animals with dorsoventrally flattened body, usually bearing mouth and gonopore. Okay, their digestive tract, if present, it is incomplete without anus. Okay, excretory system includes lateral canals and protonephridia. Nervous system consists of the brain and 2 nerve cores. Sense organs simple, mostly monoecious with complex reproductive system. Their fertilization is internal, may be cross or self-development, direct or indirect, common in all the endoparasites. Okay, now see some example of Platyhelminthes. These are the example of Platyhelminthes. See, planaria, okay, liver fluke, tapeworm, all these are example of what? Platyhelminthes. Now phylum Nematohelminthes, you can say SC Helminthes also. Okay, what are the characteristics of phylum Nematohelminthes? We have to know about this. Okay, so SC Helminthes or Nematohelminthes, their body is slender, okay, unsegmented. Also their body is bilaterally symmetrical and triploblastic with organ system level of body organization. They are pseudocoelomatic. Their digestive tract is complete with mouth, specialized muscular pharynx, straight non-muscular intestine and posterior anus. Okay, and mostly they are dioecious. It means their sexes are separate, and where males usually smaller than females, sexual dimorphism. Okay, so what are the examples of Nematohelminthes? See here the pictures given in your slide. These are the examples of Nematohelminthes or SC Helminthes. So example, say this one is the Trichuris. Okay, example of SC Helminthes or Nematohelminthes, and this one Pricinella. Okay, and then this one Uiceridia. Okay, and this one Loa. These are the Ascaris, female and male adult. Okay, this one is the Ancylostoma. Okay, this one also a mature larva of Ascaris. Okay, so all these are the example of SC Helminthes. Okay, whose body is slender, unsegmented and bilaterally symmetrical, also triploblastic with organ system level of body organization. So next phylum is phylum Annelida. So we have to know about characteristics of phylum Annelida. What are the characteristics? See here, their body is elongated, okay, also bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, and they show metamerism and organ system level of organization. They have true coelom present in their body. Coelomic fluid serves as hydroskeleton, okay, and their locomotory organs are segmentally repeated chitinous bristles called seta, embedded in skin. Digestive system is straight and also complete. Okay, and also their excretory system consists of nephridia, which help in osmoregulation and excretion. Their nervous system consists of a nerve ring and a solid double and mid-ventral nerve cord with ganglia. Sensory organs present both unisexual, example Nereis, and bisexual, example is earthworms and lice. Forms are found, and their reproduction is sexual, cleavage spiral and determined. Larva, when present, is a trophophore. Regeneration is also common. So see here some example of Annelida. These are the example of Annelida. Okay, so do you know the name? See here, this one is the Ferritima. Okay, Ferritima. And what is this then? This one, Nereis. Okay, and these are Hirudinaria. Then this one, Aphrodite. Okay, then another, this one is the Polygodius. All these are the example of what? Example of Annelida. Now come to the phylum Arthropoda. Okay, so what are the characteristics of phylum Arthropoda? We have to know about characteristics of Arthropoda. So their organ system level of body organization, body is bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic and metamerically segmented. Okay, and also their appendages are joined through xylem reduced and largely replaced by a blood-filled hemocoel. Their exoskeleton made of dead chitinous cuticle that is shed in intervals called ecdysis. And their body is divided into three parts. They are head, thorax and abdomen. Head and thorax often fuse to form a cephalothorax. Their digestive tract is complete with mouth and anus. Mouth parts adapted for various modes of feeding, whereas anus is used for excretory system. Okay, excretion. Nervous system with a dorsal brain connected with a nerve ring to a double ventral nerve cord. Okay, sensory organs comprises of eye, chemo and tactile receptors and balancing and auditory organs. Sex is usually separate, dioecious, and their fertilization is usually internal. Okay, development direct or indirect with one to many larval stages. Pathogenesis present in some arthropod. Now see here some example of arthropods. Prawn. তোমালোকে খাই পাইছা চাগে. Okay, so next, spider. I think you have seen in your home. Butterfly, beautiful organisms, and housefly, crab, cockroach, scorpion, centipodes. All these are the example of arthropod. Okay, so next, phylum Mollusca. So what are the characteristics of phylum Mollusca? Actually they are triploblastic coelomate with organ system level of body organization. Their body is bilaterally symmetrical, also unsegmented. In some molluscs such as Phyla, Gastropoda, due to torsion, that is twisting, during growth the adults become asymmetrical. Okay, their mouth contains a rasping organs for feeding, and that is called radula. Mantle or pallium more or less covers the body and secretes a shell made up of calcium carbonate. Blood vascular system is open type. Okay, nervous system comprises of paired ganglia joined by the nerve connective and commissures. In many mollusks, eyes and tentacles are present on the head. Statocyst may be present. Okay, then when the development of mollusk is indirect, it includes a characteristics larva, namely Veliger trochophore or glochidium. Okay, so now see some example of phylum Mollusca. See this one, Phyla, okay, Helix, Limex, all these are the example of phylum mollusk. Now phylum Echinodermata, okay, phylum Echinodermata. What are the characteristics of phylum Echinodermata? They are triploblastic and coelomate with organ system level of organization. Bilaterally symmetry in larval stage and pentamerous radial in adult. Endoskeleton of dermal calcareous ossicles with spines covered by the epidermis. Presence of ambulacral system. Ambulacral means water vascular system, which is of coelomic origin, is the characteristic feature of phylum Echinodermata. A perforated plate called madreporite is present in this system. The pores of the madreporite allow water into the system. Tube feet of this system help in locomotion, capture of food and respiration. Okay, and no heart respiratory organs include dermal branchiae, tube feet, respiratory trees and bursae. Okay, next, nervous system without a brain and with a nerve ring and radial nerve course. Poorly developed sense organs. Usually they are dioecious. Their fertilization is external. Okay, their development is indirect through free swimming larval forms, and phenomena of autonomy and regeneration are also present. Okay, now see some example of Echinodermata. Okay, these are the example of Echinodermata. See your example. This is Echinus. Okay, Echinus, Dentalium, then your Asteris, okay, Ophioderma, then this is Antedon. All these are the example of your phylum Echinodermata. Next phylum is Hemichordata. So what are the characteristics of Hemichordata? Hemichordata, actually they are bilaterally symmetrical triploblastic animals. Okay, coelom is present. So their body is cylindrical and is composed of an anterior proboscis, a collar and a long trunk. Okay, foreguard gives out a hollow buccal diverticum into proboscis, earlier considered as notochord. Okay, intraepidermal nervous system and pre-oral gut without gill slits and without typical nephridia. Circulatory system simple and open, including a dorsal heart and two longitudinal vessels, one dorsal and one ventral. Their respiration through pharynx bearing gill slits. Their excretory organs glomerulus situated in proboscis. Their sexes usually separated. Their fertilization external in sea water, and also their development direct, maybe indirect, with a free swimming Tornaria larva. An example of Hemichordata is Balanoglossus. Okay, Balanoglossus. See here, body is divided into proboscis, collarate, collar, okay, etc. So next phylum is phylum Chordata. Okay, phylum Chordata. What are the characteristics phylum Chordata? It is very easy. I think all of you know that. Chordates are fundamentally characterized by the presence of a notochord. Okay, a dorsal hollow nerve cord and paired pharyngeal gill slits. These are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, coelomates with organ system level of organization. and they possess a post-anal tail, reduced or absent in many adult chordates, and a closed circulatory system. And phylum Chordata is divided into some subphyla. I will discuss it again in your next class. And now see some example of your phylum Chordata. These are the example of phylum Chordata, and all of you are close to this phylum, like bat, horse, rat, rabbit, lion, whale, tiger, shrew, man, etc., etc., monkey. All these are the example of phylum Chordates. Okay. So in next class I will discuss about the subphylum, subclass of all these phylum. Okay. So if you have any doubt and any query, you can ask me freely, and thank you so much.